Hi there, Claire here. Today I'm going to talk to you about fairies. Yes, you heard that right. When I was young, I had stories read to me at night, and often these were fairy tales from Hans Christian Andersen or the Brothers Grimm. However, my favourite was The Flower Fairies by Cecily Mary Barker. Her beautiful illustrations and poems got my imagination fired up. Little did I know at the time that I'd be working with flower essences for a large part of my life. Her illustrations were classic examples of what we think of as fairies. One could argue that her illustrations that were first published in 1923 are so ingrained in our awareness that for many generations these have become the perfect examples of fairies that we now collectively accept as the norm for what fairies look like. When I make flower essences, I talk or silently communicate with the flowers so that I understand a bit more about what the flower is trying to tell me and what it's capable of affecting in our energy systems. I believe that communicating with the energy source of a flower, which without using much imagination is the flower's fairy, I really do believe that all living things have a diva, a fairy, elf or angel, whatever you want to call them, that represents the energy or soul of the living thing. After all, we all have a guardian angel, so why not a flower? All living things have ways of communicating. We just need to learn how to understand that communication. It's much easier to understand your dog or your cat, as so much is communicated through the eyes. But when we communicate with plants, we have to do it energetically. With practice, you can learn to feel the difference in energy emanating from different plants. We have to learn that plants relate to our energy fields. So it's just as likely they're going to relate to the energy in our base chakra as our solar plexus or our crown chakras. We can also use meditation to communicate with plants. If we sit next to them, we can see, feel, hear or know what they're communicating. But this depends on how we as individuals understand energetic signals through what is often referred to as our sixth sense. We often lose these skills as we grow up. After the age of 7, we're forced down the route of using speech as our main way of communicating. So these old skills are forgotten. Fortunately, we can relearn them later in life. We all have the ability within us to use these skills, but like everything in life, we will be better at one than the others. They are often referred to as our psychic senses. The first one is clairvoyant. It's the one that most people have heard of, and it's where we see things in our mind's eye. And a person with this ability, when it's developed, is often referred to as a psychic, although the following are also psychic gifts. There's clairaudient, which is when we hear speech or normally at the back of our heads, in our hindbrain or old brain, the part that controls our essential involuntary functions like breathing, heartbeat, etc. People with this ability have telepathic conversations. It's a way we used to communicate many millennia ago and have lost along the way. The next one's clairsentient. When we feel other people's pain and emotions, often we can feel atmospheres in places or the presence of spirits or angels. People with this ability are often referred to as empaths. There's clairalliance, and that's the ability to smell things that others can't. Things like departed loved ones' perfumes or cigarette smokes or even illness. This ability is often associated with people who are clairsentient as well. And there's claircognizant, and this is when you just know. Ideas pop into your head and you know they're correct. Somehow they didn't come from your own thoughts. People with this ability are always able to tell when anyone is not truthful with them. These psychic senses are how we understand communications on a pure energetic level, and it's how we are able to talk to flower fairies. I hope that helps you today. For more information about flower essences, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the link below this video. I've got more videos about flower essences and everything linked to it. Or you can visit my website. Details below. There's more information on where you can buy flower essences and my book that's also goes into more detail about these things. Thanks for watching today, and bye for now.